This is not the video I expected to be making. Not this early in the life of my channel, and not at this period of time. And this is likely not the video you expected to be watching either. Yet here we are. The self-titled Prince of Darkness, the baddest of the bad boys in rock and roll, the frail elderly father and grandfather who stole our hearts via reality TV, Ozzy Osbourne has fallen, and the world will never be the same. Some days it feels like every time you turn around, someone has passed on. Already this year, such notables as Hulk Hogan, Gene Hackman, Michelle Trachtenberg, filmmaker David Lynch, Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm Jamal Warner of The Cosby Show, Connie Francis, rapper Young Noble, Michael Madsen, former televangelist Jimmy Swaggart, Star Wars actor Kenneth Coley, former Marvel editor-in-chief Jim Shooter, Dukes of Hazzard star Rick Hurst, rocker Mick Ralphs, Beach Boy Brian Wilson, singer-songwriter Sly Stone, MASH star Loretta Swit, reality star Phil Robertson, Cheers star George Wendt, Pope Francis, Clem Burke of Blondie and briefly of the Ramones, Val Kilmer, actor Richard Chamberlain, boxer George Foreman, actor Wings Hauser, founding guitarist of The Damned Brian James, guitarist Joey Mullen of Badfinger, New York Dolls frontman David Johansen, singer Roberta Flack, rock guitarist John Sykes, sportscaster Bob Uecker, and comedian Tony Slattery, along with many, many others, have all cast off this mortal coil just this year. The older you get, the more time seems to snowball on you, passing more and more quickly. Honestly, each second that passes is 1 second closer to the end of your life and my life. It could be a sobering thought and a scary one for some people. You cannot control time. You can only choose to live and live well within the time allotted to you. As Benjamin Franklin once said, lost time is never found again. Ozzy Osbourne lived a remarkable life. A life of hardship and a life of excesses. Ozzy is a multi-layered individual with many twists and turns and opposing dichotomies within his lifetime. On the one hand, Ozzy was an out-of-control drunk and an addict who cheated on his wife and who spent time in jail as a youth. At the exact same time, he is also a Grammy-nominated and Grammy-winning singer-songwriter who had 2 successful careers in the music business, one in Black Sabbath and one as a solo artist. Always the center of attention, Ozzy's fans loved him even when he was behaving in outlandish ways. Ever the artist, Ozzy had a great sense of the specialness within others, picking such men as Randy Rhoads and Zakk Wylde amongst many others he shared the stage with. Ozzy went from being the ultimate shock rocker to being a media darling, and any headline with his name in it was sure to front a successful article. Ozzy Osbourne put out 13 studio albums as a solo artist, with 8 of those albums going gold. He had 50 singles in his solo career and 46 music videos. For myself, my favorite Ozzy Osbourne song is 1983's Bark at the Moon, while my favorite Ozzy album is 1991's No More Tears. And Ozzy's 2002 DVD, Live at Budokan, is one of my all-time favorite live performances. Both Ozzy and Zakk put on amazing live performances in that set list. A truly awesome video. Zakk Wylde became one of my favorite guitarists after watching that one. Born in Birmingham, England on December 3rd, 1948, John Michael Osbourne came from a working-class family. He had 5 siblings. He was diagnosed with dyslexia at a young age, and he got the nickname Ozzy as a child. He dropped out of school at age 15 after hearing the first hit single from the Beatles, She Loves You, deciding he wanted to be a rock star. At age 19, he joined with Bill Ward, Tommy Iommi, and Terrence Geezer Butler to form the seminal and groundbreaking band Black Sabbath, which was originally named Earth. It was the late 1960s, a time when the peace and love era of the hippie movement was still going strong, and the dark and aggressive music of Black Sabbath was like a ferocious beast lurking in the dark, waiting to pounce, and the public loved it. Ozzy was with the band until 1979 when he was kicked out of the band he helped start due to his excessive drug use. He then went on to have a somewhat legendary solo career with many famous exploits and even more famous songs. Included here in his solo career accomplishments is launching the career of guitarist Randy Rhoads into the stratosphere. Just for showing Randy Rhoads to the world, we all owe Ozzy just for that. In 1997, Ozzy officially returned to Black Sabbath after having twice done short set reunions, 85 for Live Aid and also in 92. Now, the three originals minus drummer Bill Ward put out an album and toured from 97 to 1999. They did not play together again until 2011, when they again went on tour without original drummer Bill Ward in support of their new album. January 2016 marked the beginning of Black Sabbath's final tour, titled The End. The final shows were in Birmingham in February of 2017. Ozzy and Tony Iommi also appeared together at the closing ceremonies of the 2022 Commonwealth Games. And then came Ozzy Osbourne's final appearance and final concert, performed July 5th, 2025 in Birmingham, England. Ozzy performed a short set with his solo backing band, followed by a short set by all four members of Black Sabbath. Sick and infirmed from numerous surgeries and injuries, as well as a Parkinson's disease diagnosis, Ozzy Osbourne performed from a high back chair, a black throne for the acclaimed hard rock icon. I don't think it is mere hyperbole to say that Ozzy Osbourne's career and his life were at times controversial. Some people viewed his excesses in drugs, alcohol, and women, as well as some of his bandmates in Black Sabbath flirting with the occult. They took the view that Ozzy was an evil man. To be fair, that is a perfectly acceptable opinion to have, and it is an opinion, just that. I personally would never wish for my child to live the life that Ozzy did. But it is also true that Ozzy went on throughout his lifetime to win many of his detractors over to his side. As Ozzy famously said, "I can't do anything in moderation." His battles with the demons of drugs and alcohol are legendary and lasted the majority of his lifetime. As well as his musical career, he also helped launch a resurgence of reality TV with his show The Osbournes, which ran for 4 seasons, producing 52 episodes. Ozzy and his wife and manager Sharon also helped bring many bands into the public eye with Ozzfest, a music festival that ran from 1996 to 2018. So, I am curious as to how you, the viewer or listener, how you view Ozzy Osbourne, the man in his career. Many will have the reaction that hearing of Ozzy's death was a significant, defining moment in their lives. One that they will always remember, the way some people remember when John Lennon died, or when Elvis died, or when Kurt Cobain or Chester Bennington passed away. I ask you, do you hold Ozzy in that same regard? Was his death a total shock to your system? For myself, his death wasn't shocking at all. It was a foregone conclusion that Ozzy was dying before our eyes. But I did think he would hold out for a few more months, so I guess the timing of his passing was a little surprising to me. But I am glad that he got the chance to say goodbye to his fans and to be honored by both fans and musicians alike. His songs will live on, as will his legacy. As an article written just after his death states, Ozzy's wife Sharon came up with a Black Sabbath reunion gig as a way to cheer him up after his various and serious health issues started to get him depressed. A statement by his family about his passing reads, "It is with sadness that mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time. Sharon, Jack, Kelly, Amy, and Lewis." Ozzy Osbourne left this world at the age of 76, surrounded by his family. He was survived by his wife Sharon and their 3 children, Jack, Kelly, and Amy. And also Elliot, Jessica, and Lewis, the 3 children he fathered with his ex-wife Thelma. Lewis was present at the Back to the Beginning show and has maintained a good relationship with Ozzy and Sharon and their children as adults. It is unknown why the family's post about Ozzy's death did not include the names of Jessica and Elliot. Now, my favorite Ozzy tune has always been Bark at the Moon. Here are some lyrics from it as we all reflect on the life and times of the great artist, Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. When our body continues to fail us, eventually we all give up the fight and accept our fate. Peace to the fans and family of the self-proclaimed Prince of Darkness. And if you have any thoughts on Ozzy's passing or his life and career, and you want to share them, you feel free to hop into the comments and give your opinion and your thoughts on this matter. We'll talk to you next time. My name is Dread. Good night.